Welcome to Get the Facts, the program that gives you update on the latest topics. I'm Adrian Atkinson. From viral hoaxes to political propaganda, fake news is increasingly becoming the order of the day. But how do you identify this and stay in the lane of truth? Well, we are about to delve deep into the dangers and consequences of misinformation, as well as how to identify when news is fake. Joining me now is DSP Warren Williams, Deputy Head of the Communication Forensic and Cyber Crimes Division of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. DSP Williams, welcome to Get the Facts.
Thank you for having me.
This is an issue which the Jamaica Constabulary Force has been very, vocal about misinformation and fake news. And given the issue of the digital landscape that we are now in, how has fake news evolved over the years, and what is it that, are we able, more specifically the JCF, able to prevent that from happening?
A very good question. And as we look at the digital landscape, not only in Jamaica, but globally, we realize and recognize that over the years, there has been a significant and exponential growth. So the more the world becomes digitized and the more technologies available and variations in terms of how we communicate, users tend to use these platforms to, promulgate and, of course, send things that are false and fake. And, of course, it can become dangerous and detrimental to the wider public and society.
Yeah. I want to talk us more specifically about the techniques and the methods that people use to just disseminate fake news.
In terms of methodology, they tend to utilize platforms which are free, the social media platforms, the emails, and of course, in terms of techniques, they tend to put you in that sort of fear. And of course, things that, are false in the sense that they're deceptive, for you to think that it is true. Then they use methodologies like phishing, sending out phishing email or any information that will, pull information from you, but indeed it is fake, or voice notes, which is vishing, or send you a text message, which is smishing. So those are some of the methodologies that is being employed now. Mm-hmm. And of course, it is something that continues to create some sort of challenges.
Right. When we talk about the impact that fake news really have on the opinion of society and perhaps the safety of people within society, I want you to delve a little bit in terms of any examples that you can use where that fake news has been used to, sway how people think and,
right.
Impact individuals in a negative way.
Well, let me not get into the political side of things,
yes.
but look at the general society. And in 2015, there has been an incident where someone sent a fake news that there is a bomb on an American airline. The two international airports were shut down for 3 days. Billions of dollars was lost. There is the most recent fake news in terms of bomb threats, maybe a month or two ago, where it disrupts a lot of operation. It has been sent to public and private schools, even revenue-generating areas such as the wharf. So it can have a very serious implication and disruption, and the resources that has to be employed when these type of fake news come about is quite something that we have to be concerned about.
Yes, something that is you're concerned about. So specifically
correct.
Talk about your division's role
Yes.
in combating this very serious issue that is plaguing society.
Right, so the Jamaica Constabulary Force is there to serve, protect, and to reassure the general citizenry, not only of Jamaica, but provide that support, on an international front. So the body is there to investigate. So once it has been reported or has surfaced, investigation kicks in, and then of course we do public awareness and education, to ensure that persons do not become alarmed, or of course, anything that may cause some sort of, panic within the society. Mm-hmm. So the key thing is to investigate and to ensure that we, let the public be aware of what is happening and, of course, educate them such that they know that, listen, this is fake, so continue with your life.
It's interesting that you said that. I have to plug this in, though, DSP, because how effective is public education with regards to, fake news or misinformation or disinformation?
We have a tagline, the more we educate, the less need to investigate. So it is very effective because what you don't know won't hurt you. But of course, what you know will make you become more aware or conscious of what is happening out there. So it's quite critical that we partner with different agencies from a government level and also from a private level and institutions locally and internationally, that we constantly, educate the public as to things that may happen. So it's a sort of proactive rather than being reactive.
And an ongoing process.
And an ongoing process.
Yes. I mean, during your investigation, you are able to differentiate between what is fake and what is real.
Yes.
Talk to us about that process.
All right. So in the digital realm of things, this is what we call, there's always what we call as a digital footprint. So everything that you do online, you may think you can do it and get away, but there is a footprint. May take sometimes a little longer to investigate, but rest assured that the perpetrators will be found. And that is one of our main strategy in terms of determining if it's fake or not. And more so, we have to find the source. Is the source authentic? Then we verify this by partnering with other agencies to assist us to alleviate that sort of, trying to find out what is happening.
Right. On that note, we're going to be taking a break. We'll continue the discussion on identifying fake news and its consequences when we return.
We are hoping that the time will come to be able to track these calls.
Hello, the house are burned down.
And punish those who are doing this.
All too frequently, a unit is unavailable for an actual fire emergency, merely because it is responding to a false alarm.
And it results in most instances to a waste of resources that could be used for more productive purposes. So I want to encourage members of the public to desist from this practice. We tend to see a spike in false alarm calls during the summer when the kids are home. Because they are home, they have their cell phone and they see it as fun to dial whether 110 or 119 to say that there's a fire somewhere. So I want to encourage parents to pay attention to that as well.
Welcome back to Get the Facts. Still here with us is DSP Warren Williams, Deputy Head of the Communication, Forensic and Cyber Crimes Division of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, and we are talking about fake news. DSP, people believe that there are no implications. It's okay to spread the news, no matter what it is. They don't need to verify the information. They get something, they run with it. Talk to us about the kind of legal implications that this have, and especially if it causes some kind of harm or panic.
We spoke earlier about educating the public,
Yes.
and this is part of the journey of the JCF to let persons know that if you do things like these, there are legal implications. So the Cybercrime Act of 2015 is there as the tool that can be used by the JCF to apply if someone and enforce if someone, carry out such an act. And the law, especially Provision 9 of the Cybercrime Act of 2015, which is now being revised, is that if you use your computer, your smartphone is a computer, your tablet is a computer, all of these digital resources are computers. So the law says, Provision 9, if you use your computer for malicious communication, anything that is threatening, anything that is obscene, or anything that is menacing, it's a criminal offense. And of course, the penalties can be significantly severe depending on the level of court that it is tried. If it's a parish court, it can be between $1 million or 10 years in prison, or if it's in the higher court, it can be up to $20 million and 20 years in prison.
Okay. You mentioned, before we went to the break, you mentioned a very critical word, footprint.
Right.
And it doesn't matter who uses it, when you use it, or where you use it, there's a footprint.
Correct.
So talk to us now about the importance of technology in your efforts to trace the origin of the fake news.
I won't get into the technicalities of it because we do not want to give away our craft.
Yes,
we
indeed.
do, but as I said, there is a digital footprint, there is IP addresses, there's an address to the devices that you use, and most importantly, we partner with our international partners, so we can pull from a wider pool of resources, and it eliminates all the red tape. There are point of contact persons. So let's say an IP address is your footprint and it points inside or outside of Jamaica. Of course, that can lead you to the creator on where that fake news originated. But there are other means that I won't discuss, but just rest assured that nothing at all that you do in the digital realm of things, there's absolutely a footprint that is left, and that footprint can lead you back to the perpetrators.
Yes, and given the sensitive nature of the issue, how important is collaboration in terms of with other agencies as you deal with this?
Critically important, because Jamaica does not have all the resources. We have a cadre of personnel who are trained and certified to do investigations of this type of caliber. But of course, sometimes the origin of the offender can be outside of Jamaica, and we need other technical resources and expertise. So Jamaica is a part of what we call a 24/7 network, which encompasses over 86 other countries. So we can pull from these resources such that they can assist us in locating and identifying. Say, for example, social media platforms. A lot of those do not base in Jamaica, so they are outside of Jamaica in the US. So say, for example, a report is made of a fake news being posted, say, for example, IG, we can have that direct contact to our partners within the US who can provide subscriber details and other information that will assist the investigation. So it's very important.
And any other culture.
In any other country.
Yes, absolutely. Now, the important issue is to verify the information that you see or that you hear. We don't like to verify information. So what advice would you give to the general public as to how they need to go about verifying information that they see online?
So another thing in the digital world, and from a forensic standpoint where we sit, we always say, do not trust, always verify. So you get a phishing email, you get a voice note, you get a text message, say, hey, we're upgrading our system now, you need to provide your username and password. And that's coming from a financial institution. Okay, I got this, so guess what? I'm going to call the institution and verify that this message is authentic. So the underlying word is never trust. Yes, you use your technology to assist you, to make life easier, but never trust, especially in this day and age where we have digital verification such as AI and stuff like that. You can easily be swayed to do things that is not within your favor.
And people are very creative in sending out information that seem very, very authentic.
That is so.
So again, verification is extremely important. Any other final words that you'd like to share with us?
I want to say, be careful of how you share personal and sensitive information. Very, very critical, because perpetrators can use this to your detriment. It's important. We use different level of security. Say some institution may use multi-factor, different layers of security. Of course, we cannot overly emphasize the importance of never trust. Always verify. You get a text message, you get a voice note, make a call, make some contact with the source to make sure that this is authentic.
And again, having this conversation with you is another way of the JCF and the Jamaica Information Service ensuring that they continue the public education. Thank you so much. We've just had a very informative discussion with DSP Warren Williams, Deputy Head of the Communication, Forensic and Cyber Crimes Division of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. We thank him and we thank you, our viewers, for staying with us on Get the Facts this week. Until next time, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Pleasant viewing.